What's up, everybody? It's Coach Hayes out here just exercising my thoughts. And the GOAT, Nick Saban has pretty much released a statement saying why he retired from college football. There's two parts to this, and I understand both sides. I understand the player side, and I understand the coach's side. And I think Coach Saban does as well. Let me give a quick breakdown of what happened. Nick Saban says, well, part of why I quit, and I'm just paraphrasing, the way we lost, players throwing their helmets around, that's not the way we do things, yada, yada, yada. Well, Coach Saban, that's on you. You got to run your program. You got to get your guys, where they understand that, and it comes to a discipline. Maybe you've laxed off, or maybe because of money and transfer, they don't want to listen to you as much. But at the end of the day, now that falls on you. Get that out the way. The second part, he talked about at the end of the game, 80% of the guys thought they were going to have a good team coming back. Two things they want to know: playing time and how much money I'm going to get. Now, that's what I really want to talk about. The biggest problem with this, NIL, transfer portal, and all of that stuff, collectives, is really the fault of the NCAA. Do I believe players should get paid? 100%. Do I believe they should be able to transfer? Maybe 80%. But I also understand the coach's side. I get paid and I have a job to do. My job is to build a team. My job is to put the best product on the field. And the problem with it is you never know who your team is going to be, because unfortunately, there's only 22 spots, offense, defense, right? Let's just say 33 spots, special teams. But you got over 100 players. Everybody not going to play right away. And the NIL, I thought was great. But when you add it with the transfer portal, it's not an even kill. Well, coach, the coaches get to leave. The coaches get to leave whenever they want. And yes, that's true. But there are also buyouts. And I know a lot of people talk about these things, buyouts and so forth. I don't know if this is actually the solution, but maybe, like I said on my channel, you can't ever come up with a problem and not have a potential solution. Well, here's how I look at it. If you want to make a comparison to the players and coaches, then guess what? Put some skin in the game. If a kid want to transfer, somebody needs to buy out their NIL. It's just that simple. So, if player X is at the University of Miami and he has a NIL deal for $100,000, let's just say, and he wants to transfer, fine, no problem. University of Georgia needs to buy out his NIL contract for $100,000, right? Now, I know y'all gonna be like, dang, coach, but that's the same premise the coaches are under. Same premise, right? You wanna make the comparison to the coaches, but give them different rules. Still getting paid, still going there. Gotta buy them out. So therefore, if team B, meaning the team that the kid wanted to transfer to, thinks he's good enough, he'll buy him out for $100,000. Just that simple. If, and I don't know how that works. I'm just talking here, just food for thought, exercising my thoughts. But put them under contract, just like you do coaches. And they have to buy the remainder of the contract. Just that simple. I don't know another way. The problem is You have NIL and you have transfer portal. So the kids want money. No problem with that. I don't think Coach Saban has a problem with that. But then there's no rules and regulations to get the money and just go. Just something to think about. You know, Coach Saban left because, and I said he was going to leave. I really thought he was going to leave after he won the Natty. And I knew he was going to be out. But he said, you know what? I can't fight it anymore. I'm out of here. But what I'm really thinking about is, how do you solve this problem? Because we're going to start losing a lot of good coaches. You just saw the coach from Boston College. He dipped. He was like, man, I'm out of here. And I understand it. Because you're not just recruiting recruits. You're recruiting your own recruits that you've already recruited. Second is, or maybe third at this point, I don't know, is everybody wants it right now. And I get it. Unfortunately, it's not enough spots. You have starters. You have guys. And nobody wants to wait their turn anymore. And that's where the big problem lies. And because of that, people want to transfer. Well, part of that too is, like I said, you spend all the money recruiting that kid, bringing them on the visits. Somebody got to have skin in the game. I'll just take an example. Go to Caleb Williams, Oklahoma. Oklahoma recruited him, spent all the money recruiting him, getting him in there. His coach leaves and goes to USC, Lincoln Riley. He goes right behind him. So USC didn't foot any of that bill. None of that bill. So this is what I'm saying about contracts. If you want to treat them like pros, or you want to make a comparison to them as a pro, then treat them like a pro. Give them a contract in the NIL, 2-year deal, whatever, 3-year deal, however it goes, just like coaches, and go from there. Right? And go from there. I just think that's the best way as of right now. I may be wrong as the day is long, and that's okay. Put it in the comment section and let me know. But if you don't put any kind of structure in place, it's going to be crazy. And right now, it's no structure. I'm not saying limit their money by no stretch of the imagination. Pay them to the sky's the limit. I don't care. But if he wants to leave or they want to transfer, buy out the NIL. Well, what about the kids that don't have NIL, coach, and they want to transfer? Well, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that just yet. Maybe y'all do. Put it in the comment section. But regardless, whatever the case is, some kind of structure has to take place, and NCAA at the end of the day is ultimately to blame. Because they just opened the floodgates, then they allowed the collectives to take place. And shout out to Deion Sanders. Collectives are not NIL. Collective is pay to play. Collective is just what it is, a pot of money, and we allocate it how we choose. $100,000, player X gets $50,000, player Y gets $30,000, and player Z gets $20,000. They don't really have to do anything for it. The problem is they're getting it so young. They're getting it before they've done anything. Now you've given a kid $50,000. He's mad because he's not playing because another team says, well, I can get you $100,000. Well, yeah, he's a year older now. So he might be playing next year. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'm just exercising my thoughts. Y'all let me know if I'm all the way nuts, if I'm all the way straight. Maybe I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, who knows? But with all that being said, Coach Hayes will catch you at the 50-yard line. Peace.